What is Schengen visa shopping and how it could ruin your dreamy European vacation in 2024? Over 1.65 lakh Schengen visa applications submitted in India were rejected. This meant Indians suffered a loss of 136 rupees crore owing to the non-refundable visa fees. The financial loss, combined with the accessible list of European countries with the highest rejection rates, could enable dejected travelers to apply from countries that process visas quickly and generally have a decent acceptance record. And having a valid Schengen stamp on a passport is a pass to enter any of the 29 countries, right? Not entirely true before you plan your next vacation trip to the Schengen area. Learn about the consequences of visa shopping that could not only potentially hamper your upcoming trip but also negatively impact your entry to the beautiful countries you have yet to strike off from your to-do list. And the primary rule for Schengen visas is that you must apply through the country where you plan to spend the most time. For example, if you apply for a visa through Spain but include Italy, Germany, or other Schengen member states in your itinerary, you are free to visit as many Schengen countries as you wish. You only need to ensure that your visa is valid for the duration of your trip and that you spend the majority of your time in your main destination, Spain. Due to the fear of rejection, some travelers may intentionally or unintentionally apply for a Schengen visa through a country known for lenient visa approval rates, even if they have no intention of visiting that country. This practice, known as visa shopping, is not illegal or strictly prohibited, but it can lead to serious consequences for current or future travel plans. Embassies and consulates strongly caution against it. In a 2023 notification, Estonia, a Schengen member state, informed travelers about visa shopping and the potential damage it could have on their plans. Visa shopping is the practice of applying for a visa from the country where it is faster or easier to get as compared to others, the advisory read. In the case you plan to visit 2 or more countries for an equal number of days, we are talking few days of difference, then you should apply for a visa from the country that you visit first or is your main destination. Warning that embassies were proactively looking for inconsistencies in your itinerary. The advisory added, however, many people do not abide by the Schengen visa rules. They tend to apply for visas at embassies, which are easier or faster to get. Then they use that visa to stay in other countries for a longer period. The Embassy of Estonia in New Delhi has warned that engaging in visa shopping could lead to serious consequences, starting with the refusal of the visa and, if traveling with different itinerary, ending up to be offloaded from the plane or returned back home from the EU borders. Also read, Indians lost 136 rupees crore on failed Schengen visa applications in 2024 report. And what happens when a traveler commits visa shopping without being aware of this unwritten Schengen rule? Amit Chaudhary, an Indian YouTuber who assists his subscribers with Schengen visa applications, claimed that one of his subscribers obtained a valid Schengen visa stamp from Switzerland without even having Switzerland on their travel plans. He further stated that the subscriber allegedly applied through Switzerland because they could not secure an appointment for Italy, their intended destination. Upon reaching the airport, the traveler was quizzed by the airline about their travel plans. Realizing that their passenger had no intention of staying in the country that issued their Schengen visa, the airline staff at the counter denied the passenger a boarding pass and summoned an officer from the Swiss embassy at the airport to address the unusual situation. Chaudhary, in his video, claimed that the embassy officer from Switzerland instructed the denied passenger to go home and visit their embassy the next day. The traveler obliged and assured the embassy officials that they would make hotel bookings for Switzerland and abide by the Schengen rules. The embassy disregarded the requests and allegedly invalidated the Schengen visa stamp by crossing it out on the passport. Chaudhary shared a snapshot of it in his video. And the visa shopping, although not a widely known term, often pops up on Reddit's r Schengen visa subreddit, where curious folks wonder if it were even a real thing. Why would, for example, Poland do all the work and spend their employee hours on somebody that is going to visit Spain? A user remarked. Swipe left for next video. Changing your itinerary after the visa is issued is not visa shopping and is indeed technically legal. However, doing so may raise the suspicion of visa shopping and thus lead to denied entry even though you haven't done anything wrong, simply because the border guard won't be convinced of your story. Once you are admitted, you can indeed go anywhere within Schengen. Added another. If this has left you with more questions than answers, it's a good practice to write to the concerned Schengen embassy or consulate and clear all your doubts before making your Schengen plans. Latest blogs.